They don't want that free blues. Sheesh. Yo, what up? This is Free Blues Boxing. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for unlimited boxing content. We are bike. Oh man, I really hope you guys didn't miss this one. Ryan Garcia knocks out Luke Campbell in the 7th round. I gotta say, this was a great fight. It was inspirational. Like I said in my previous Ryan Garcia video, Ryan Garcia has been counted out by the whole boxing world. He put on a heck of a performance. He showed heart. He showed character. He showed skill. He showed speed. He showed power. But most importantly, he showed determination and the will to win. Luke Campbell's a tough fighter, one of the toughest fighters at the lightweight division. One of the gatekeepers of today, fought Lomachenko, fought Linares, deep amateur pedigree, Olympic gold medalist, and just a great fighter from the UK. He definitely knew what he was getting into leading up into this fight against the young lion, Ryan Garcia. He was motivated. He came out sharp. He looked really strong this fight. Like I said, this was Ryan Garcia's first test at the lightweight division. It was for this fight was for the interim belt. It is official now. Ryan Garcia is Devin Haney's WBC mandatory. Hopefully that fight will happen in 2021. But this was just a heck of a fight. Ryan Garcia was dropped in the 2nd round. It was a shock. Before I get to that, I gotta say Ryan Garcia's ring walk was very flamboyant. Him coming out in the whole king thing. You would have thought Ryan Garcia was gonna come out and get the first round knockout or just come out and just look flawless basically. But no, this was the toughest fight of his career. Luke Campbell is not a slouch. He's actually very skillful. But yeah, when Ryan Garcia got knocked down in the 2nd round with that overhand left, I was very shocked. But then again, and one thing I refuse to mention, Ryan Garcia, I could tell that he doesn't have a chin. You have to take into account that his facial bones aren't built like a Gervonta Tank Davis or a Devin Haney or a Teofimo Lopez. He looks more fragile in the face. He looks younger. He's built more of like a Amir Khan, and that's a big deal when it comes to boxing. I'm not sure of the last southpaw Ryan Garcia fought, but Luke Campbell does not compare to Gervonta Tank Davis, who is one of the best pound-for-pound boxers on the planet. He's a southpaw with a 95% knockout ratio. Even though this fight was inspirational on Ryan Garcia's behalf, you have to take into account and analyze what his future fights would look like with the best fighters at the lightweight division. The best fighters at the lightweight division are Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, and Gervonta Tank Davis. All 3 of them are world champions. Devin Haney holding the WBC, Teofimo Lopez holding the IBF and the WBO, and then Gervonta Tank Davis, champion at super featherweight and lightweight, holding the WBA. Ryan Garcia is 22 years old. Based off this fight, I can't say that Ryan Garcia is at his best. He still has, till he gets to his prime, like 28. But I have to say, out of all the young bulls, even including Shakur Stevenson coming up from 130, Ryan Garcia is simply right under them. Gervonta Tank Davis tweeted during the fight that Ryan Garcia is just going to run in 2 punches. And right after Ryan Garcia had got dropped in the 2nd round, Gervonta Davis quoted his tweet and said, "See, Ryan Garcia, Gervonta Davis have been going back and forth. The media has been building up this fight the last couple of years. I do believe this will be a mega fight down the line." If I have to say right now, Ryan Garcia is not ready for a Gervonta Tank Davis. I see Gervonta Tank Davis getting either a stoppage or a knockout, kind of similar to what he did to Leo Santa Cruz. Another thing I noticed in this fight, Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell, Ryan's defense needs to be cleaned up a little bit better. Even though after the 2nd round, Ryan Garcia got up and took over every round leading up to the 7th, still during the fight, Luke Campbell was landing the left hand at will. And Ryan Garcia was getting touched up this fight more than he needed to. Ryan Garcia he usually uses his jab more. He's usually a great fighter from the distance, and he was a great fighter from the distance, but it's always room for improvement. I did like the way Ryan was letting his hands go, like I said. The straight right, the left hook was money after the second round. I felt like this was a fight of complacency from both sides of the fight. Luke Campbell, after he dropped Ryan in the second, he got complacent and didn't follow through. That's probably why he's not one of the best lightweights, because he's not skillful enough to finish fights or just capitalize on certain things in the ring. Not knocking Luke Campbell, but it's just levels to it. What was brilliant that Ryan did was that after he was knocked down, he stood in the middle of the ring. He never backed up against the ropes. He stayed composed, and that's one of the most underrated elements in the boxing game is composure. But he's got a lot to learn. Ryan Garcia and Canelo's coach, Eddie Reynoso, who's recently stepped in the Ryan Garcia's camp, he's got to work with Ryan now on his defense. He has to work on having Ryan Garcia keep his hands up. He obviously was caught with the overhand left by the veteran Luke Campbell, and before he goes on and fights these bigger fights and better names. He's got some cleaning up to do. To be honest, I would have been shocked if Ryan Garcia lost this fight with all the trash talking that he's been doing in his YouTube series and in the interviews and all that. He did sleep on Luke Campbell and didn't focus early on in the fight, and he got tested. So yeah, boxing is one of the most unpredictable sports. I did not predict Ryan Garcia to in the fight. Like, I didn't predict the fight to go about like this. The only thing right about my prediction was Ryan Garcia getting the KO or TKO in the 7th or 8th round. Eddie Reynoso needs to work with Ryan Garcia on keeping his hands up, number one. Just getting back to the basics, focusing on the fundamentals and the footwork. Ryan Garcia was a little too flat-footed. He's got to do more neck exercises. He has to be stronger. Luke Campbell clearly was the stronger man in this fight. He was the stronger man. But Ryan Garcia, his skill and experience and his speed was still too much for Luke Campbell, and that's why he was the better man. So I just want to get that straight. A lot of credit to Ryan Garcia, like I said, for the third, fourth time now. I was really inspired. Just with the whole narrative, Ryan Garcia was getting counted out by all the fighters, a bunch of people in the Floyd gym, Eddie Hearn. Luke Campbell has never been stopped. This is the first time Luke Campbell has been stopped, and it was from a body shot. But yeah, Ryan Garcia was right. He was like, I'm not, it's going to be different when you fight me. I'm going to let my hands go. I'm going to be throwing bombs at you, and that's simply what he did. And that's what ended the fight. And it was too much for Luke Campbell. Ryan Garcia is one of the most explosive boxers on the planet, and that's what he displayed tonight. Put in the comment section who you think will win between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis. That's definitely going to be the long-term mega fight. But Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney really should happen in 2021. Who you think is going to win between that fight and Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo Lopez as well? What do you think Ryan Garcia should work on? All that kind of stuff. They don't want that free blues. Yo, thank you for watching another episode of Free Blues Boxing. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for unlimited boxing content. Until next time.